Morning, students. Let's start with the software architecture documentations. This is the 5th unit, right? So I will cover here a software architecture documentations. In this, you can see I will cover these topics: software architecture of documentations, principles of sound documentations, refinement, context diagrams, variability, and conclusions. At last, I will conclude all the lecture in the lecture, right? So software architecture documentations, what it defines, I will tell you here. So a software architecture documentation is a map of the software, right? So we use it to see at a glance and how the software is structured, as I covered in the previous lecture. So it helps you understand the software's modules and components without digging into the code. So it is a tool to communicate with others, developers and non-developers, about the softwares. So it is a both goes to both directions, right? So in developers as point of view and non-developers, so both are the important aspects. Now so the agile manifesto values working software over comprehensive documentation, so which is not to say the documentation is not necessary, but the we should prioritize those deliverables. Like any other user stories, some organizations will place a higher value on certain documents than others. So nearly all should put more priority on the creating a software architecture documents. As I look on the example of the software architecture documentations, and next slide, right? So what is a software documents? Software documents, like a software architecture document, is a map of the software, as I discussed in previous slides. So for example, a 3-tier applications architecture, right? So it will be working for the developers and non-developers. So the basic principles of the sound technical documentations: it is a stakeholder may be a client and owners, right? And a view based approach to documenting software architectures, which views are available for the documenting and architecture, how to choose the set of views, and that will be most valuable to the architectures community of the stakeholders. So here the question arises, what is a software architecture document, right? So software architecture document, I have already told you in for example, like a 3-tier application architectures, like a presentations layer, business layer, and data access layer, as I show you in your previous slide. So that will be like presentation layer and business layer and data access layer. So these are the 3 layers will work, right? So it kind of looks like ice cream, and you would serve at a party. So it has a 3 layers, 1, 2, and 3. So they are all perfectly separated by the little line which I shown you in diagram. So it is relatively simple concepts, but the diagram which I have shown you, it is a one quick glance, right? So in the real world, it might have some horizontal slices, right, as I have shown you in diagram. Now refinement. So what is the refinement of the software architecture during early stages of the design is to be encouraged. Alternatively, architectural styles may be derived, refined, right, and can be evaluated for the best approach. And this approach to optimization is one of the true benefits derived by the developing a representations of the software architecture. So most applications uh, sorry, most of the applications run at this glance, right? So which I have shown you in previous slide. So I give you one more examples, just a second. No, context diagram. So context diagram, a system context diagram, SCD, in engineering is a diagram that defines the boundary between the systems or part of the systems, and it is the environment. So showing the entities that interact with it. So I will show you the diagram here. So it is a documenting packages using a 7-part templates. So here 7 templates are shown in this figure, and you can see a process, student, applications, course registrations, process, right, and the closure of the registration process, and course offering, course from the university. For example, our university, like Stage University. So if you go to student application, so it will be in the process, right? Then you will go to the course registration fees process and course catalog system access. Then you will go to the offering the courses from the universities which is affiliated to UGCs, and courses of the that semester, right? And course, right, so which is affiliated from the university, right? So it will be, you will be getting from here. And after that, the subsystem proxy will be for the billing system, what do you pay the fees to the university. So this is all the process documenting packages using a 7-part template. So these are the 7-part template, that's why it is called the 7-part templates, right? Now hope you all understand this diagram. If you have any query, so please let me clear this, and you can put your query in box. So as I've already told you, documenting the behavior of software elements and software systems, right? Thank you for the day. If you have any queries, so put your questions on the comment box. Thank you.